So today I wanted to make a video about how bad frequency ruined my life, all right? But then how I changed that mindset and that frequency and created a life that I really wanted to live. So first thing, I'm going to tell you where I am. I'm currently on Al Marjan Island, which is in Ras Al Khaimah, which is in another emirate. My parents are here with me, my girlfriend, and they've just came over and we treated them to come and stay in this beautiful beach chalet. They've got one over there and we've got one in here. And just behind these trees is a beautiful beach. Now, all of this, I've had a dream that I can bring my parents to Dubai. They can come and stay with me in my house. All right, they can see where I'm living, what I'm doing. Would I really have thought that a few years ago? Well, it depends. And I say that because it depends how long we look back. Now, the thing is with frequency, it's the energy, oops, just fell. It's the energy you put out into the world and the mindset that you go out with, right? Now, have you ever had one of those days where you're in a shitty mood, things are happening, and all of a sudden, more and more stuff keeps piling up, and then you're just like, why does the world hate me? Why does everything keep going wrong? And it's a big problem because in this world today, we're almost taught to have a bad mindset. We're almost taught to think negatively. You know, all of the news articles, all of the things that come on our Instagrams, you know, the algorithm on social media very quickly can turn to people getting killed, people getting shot, people getting ran over, people falling off mountain bikes, porn, you know, beautiful women from, you know, different parts of the world with their ass out. And then all of these thoughts are constantly in your mind, and it's so distracting, it's so confusing. And that's what they want us to feel like. They want us to feel suppressed. And because of that, you have this sort of bad frequency out in the world. And ultimately, that leads to, well, a snowball effect in the opposite direction of what you want it to go like. All right. Now, I'm making this video not just me waffling on, it's me talking from experience, right? I was always a negative person. I was always a glass half empty guy. All right. I was always like, oh, you know, things should be better if only I did this, or if only things were like that this time. And I wish I did this better. You know, I should have tried harder doing this. Why didn't I stick to that? And then, you know, it wasn't until I started to make a real success of, you know, myself. I got more disciplined. I got into real estate in Dubai. I set up a YouTube channel. And once I kind of just had this switch flick moment, right? It's really important. Sometimes you just have it. And I was like, I can get whatever I want here. And you know why I became a real estate agent? Because I was doing videography and there was a guy and I was filming him and I was making a bit of money in Dubai. And he said to me, Joe, you see that up there? I just sold that. I was like, oh, nice. How much do you make? He said 70,000. And I was like, oh, dirhams, which is about £18,000. He's like, no, £70,000. I was like, what? And I was looking at this guy and I was like, man, if he can do this and I'm the one filming him, I can definitely do this and I can do it better than this. And lo and behold, sorry, I'm sweating, I'm outside, I've just trained. And lo and behold, I picked up the camera, started making video content, and it was a bit slow at first. And then I started to get leads coming in and I started closing deals from my YouTube. And I was like, wow, this really, really works. This really, really works. And, you know, there was another thing where now one of my partners, Marcus, my business partners, he also helped me. And I talk about this in my videos. He helped me essentially become more disciplined, but more organized. And then I started to realize that I can do absolutely anything I want. I can pick up the camera and talk about any subject, and I can do anything. And obviously, because of that bad frequency that I talked about, it stopped happening so much. All right. So when I thought something was hard, I was like, good, it's hard. Have you watched Jocko Willink, however you say his last name, Willink? Jocko, anyway. When he says something bad happens, what does he say? He says, good. Why does he say that? Because when bad things happen, that's good, because it depends obviously the level of bad, but when bad things happen, that strengthens your mindset as a man if you overcome it. The worst thing you can do is let it defeat you, all right? You see, it's like if we go into talking about, you know, when reading books about the SAS, if they just give up and they said, oh, let's call it a day, they'd be killed. So they had to go. And you have to have that same mindset in life. You have to like switch it. You know, things are going to be bad. Things are going to be slow. There are going to be people that are going to be doing better than you. And that's all right. But you also need to just look back and look how far you've come, right? You know, when I look back, when I look like where I am today, yeah, I might say sometimes, oh, I could be doing better. And then I just say, shut the fuck up, Joe. You're doing great. You know, you look where you've came in the past 2 years, 3 years. Look how much your life has changed. And that doesn't mean I get complacent and get lazy. No, it just means that Now I know I can achieve something and get to the level where I am today. And by no means am I where I want to be today, but nice house, nice car, live in Dubai, great relationship, great family. My relationships are strong with my friends, which means more to me than just making loads of money. But also, I don't think about bills so much anymore. I don't have to worry about paying things. I don't have to worry about going out for food. I don't have to worry about getting my shopping and an electric bill is coming out. No, that's all forgotten about now because I've made some good money. All right? But because of that, I'm like, all right, now we can channel the frequency in a good way. All right, what can we do more now? Why have I set this YouTube up? Why am I talking to people like this on this camera right now? It's because I want to put this good frequency energy out. I don't want this bad frequency. I want you to know that the bad frequency is going to destroy your life. And it's hard, but you need to know there are people out there who suffered, okay, like me. I mean, I probably didn't suffer nowhere near as well. We all suffer in our own ways, right? And you can't compare yourself to other people's lives because we all suffer in our own ways. You know, some people get it really hard, you know, some people's parents die in car crashes. I've heard even some of my friends, you know, people killed themselves, you know, people do suffer all over the world, but this is your life, okay? You've got to control it. You've got the opportunity now to take the bull by the horns and really own your life. And that bad frequency mindset will destroy you. It will eat you up. It will spit you out. I remember when I was a PT in Oxford and I just, for about 8 days, and I had 2 roommates and I was sat in there, I got ultra depressed. And I don't know why. I had this thought I wanted to do more, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was still making okay money, a couple of grand, you know, which was all right being self-employed. But I just remember sitting there and I just went into this dark hole and I kept telling myself that I'm not good enough, I'm not happy. And I don't know what it was. And then one day it was just like, I need to get out of this. And obviously those years were quite hard for me, you know? You know, back when I was in like my early 20s, it was tough trying to figure out what life decisions I wanted to make. But now I look back and I'm thinking that was good. I'm glad I went through that. I'm glad I had that pain. I'm glad I was able to look back and now tell people that I was there. I'm glad I had those deep, dark thoughts, you know, that I wasn't good enough. Because now I can share it back to the world and just be like, it's okay. But that bad frequency will ruin your life. Change your frequency and your life will change, okay? Get disciplined, get more structured. You know, motivation will come and go all the time. You don't have to be always motivated. Just be disciplined. Do the reps. Do the shitty things you don't want to do. You don't want to go to the gym? Good, go. You know, you don't want to eat healthy? Good, do it. You know, and eventually those reps will add up and add up and add up. And then all of a sudden, you know, discipline is not like, you're not shackled. You know, discipline is good. Routine is good. You need it. You need it to progress. All right, I'm going to leave it there anyway. Have a wonderful day, everybody.